An up-and-coming vlogger talks about the importance of living in the now, regardless of your body shape. And his mission is gaining traction online, earning recognition from music superstar Lizzo. Now let's bring him on the show. RV Mendoza joins us via Zoom from Motown, Detroit, Michigan in the US. Good morning from Manila, RV, and good evening to you.
How are you doing?
Thanks for coming. So RV, this mantra is so unique. Just do it fat. What personal experiences led you to this mantra?
Yes, okay. So my name's RV. I was born in the Philippines, Quezon City, and I'm a Filipino immigrant living in the US in Detroit. And I'm a content creator with a message. Find joy in the journey. My family story is one of resilience and finding our way into America. And through sheer will and sacrifice, we did that. But it taught me survival. But as I've grown, I've realized that survival isn't enough. Standing on that foundation my parents built, I see that balance, clarity, and thriving is even more beautiful than just surviving. So my goal is to remind people that joy, dignity, and self-determination should drive us forward.
You know what I love about your content, RV, is that this particular move that you made to just do it fat, it just feels like you're giving people permission or reminding them that they are allowed to enjoy life despite how they look, despite what other people might think of. I mean, have people reached out to you that really touched you in a way that, hey, what I'm saying is important and that this is something that we should emphasize even more?
Yes, you can see in the video that I made, people can use the sound of me talking, and people have been collaging their videos of them doing things. Like I've seen ballerinas, I've seen dancers, I've seen people climbing, and I see the comments and people saying like, this finally feels like I have the permission to not just wait for life to happen to me and to take the reins and to do it without waiting for my worth to be given to me, but to know that my worth is inherent.
Like, Lizzo as well. She's such a big body positive
Advocate.
advocate.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
thank you. So I know she commented, "I love this" on your on one of your videos. What was your reaction like? I'm sure your world stopped and you freaked out when you saw that.
Well, at first I was like, well, this makes sense. Lizzo and I are friends. We're friends now. But
Besties.
I just love Lizzo and I love what she represents for people because she's also making change. But that's the thing about Just Do It Fat is the idea that you can, it's not about not wanting to change your body if you want to. I have my own goals in my life to make changes. And it's not about being unhealthy if you need to make changes, but it's about changing because you really want to change, not because it's coming from someone else or expectations or shame.
Everybody's loving your Just Do It Fat reel. I've watched it several times already, especially when I'm feeling down and out. It's such a pick-me-upper. And it has gained thousands of views on TikTok and on Instagram. And your other content as well, you really promote being confident about your body, self-love, right? Now, RV, have you always been this confident about your body image, about self-love, or was there a turning point in your life where you decided to focus on self-love?
Yeah, I've struggled with my body for as long as I can remember. For years, I believe my worth was tied to achieving milestones. Like, I'll wait until I graduate. I wait until I get my job. I'll wait until I lose weight before I do the thing that I've always wanted to do. I've spent so much time waiting for my life to start, only to realize that I was wasting precious moments. So, Just
Right.
Do It Fat movement was born out of this frustration. And it's about recognizing that we're all worthy now, just as we are. I
Yeah.
don't need to wait for some perfect condition to access joy or self-love.
Yeah, we're just again going through all the content that you have posted. A lot of it are tied to what people think. Like, okay, you have to look like a certain. By the way, I'm looking at that camel milk right
Camel
now. We're showing. We have to talk about that later because I have an experience with camel milk I want to share with you. But one thing I want to focus on at the moment is a line that you actually did post in reply to Lizzo, which says that life comes from us, not at us. And apart from just do it fat, that feels like a universal saying that I'm sure would resonate with a lot of people. I mean, how has this whole experience, seeing all these people resonate with your message, really emphasize or reinforce that particular line from you in your own life?
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite things to remind myself is you can't steer a parked car.
Mm.
I'm living proof that just do it fat doesn't mean staying stagnant. It's about movement, action, and embracing life fully. So you can see me swimming, dancing, biking, building something. This this mindset has allowed me to pursue things that I never thought was possible or that I was too ashamed to because I was worried what people would think about. So it really has liberated me to just try something new and to feel like I really do belong wherever I am.
RV, where do you see your platform going, in the next few months or even years? Are there any future projects in the works or maybe a collab?
Yeah, so as you probably have reported about, TikTok is, we're not sure what TikTok would happen. So my
Yes.
Instagram has been even bigger than TikTok at the moment. So
Mm.
I'm really just building a great community there. People that want to find joy in the way there. That's my big message is find joy on the way to your goals. Otherwise, what's the point? You just you're gonna get to your goals and you're not gonna know how to be happy when you get there.
Mhm.
So people that want to join me on Instagram, that is the main message that I try to remind people of through my content, whether it be silly or something inspiring like just do it fat.
Harvey, your content is it's such a positive light with everything happening in the world. But I want to know what has been the most challenging part throughout this whole campaign?
That's a great question. The challenging part for me might have to be people's reactions to it.
Mm.
Some people have trouble pushing past their shame
Mm-hmm.
about this and are unkind. But for me, the clarity, it's easier, it's better. Life is better when you know where you're going rather than what you're leaving.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so clarity I have on what kind of world I want to live in is so present in my mind that any cruelty I might receive just kind of falls off my back. But it is something that I might be tempted to believe sometimes.
You know what? Just a quick yes or no here. Do you read comments?
Yes.
All right. And the thing is that a lot of people, even if you say that, hey, I'm not really affected by the comments, sometimes it does stick. And normally you need a bit of a support group there to keep you right. I want to ask about the people around you in particular, because every single successful content creator I've met has always had that people in the background who are not necessarily on camera, but they're able to keep you grounded, keep you on course. Who are those people for you in your life so far?
Yes. Boundaries are so important as a content creator. And for me, I imagine my comment section like my living room.
Mm.
People are welcome in, but I don't allow redecoration. And
I love
so
that.
I block people immediately that are unkind. It's just like, you're not part of this journey that I'm going on. It's okay. And when I have trouble with those boundaries, I have a huge group of Filipinos here in Detroit that it's called Filipino Detroit Supper Club. And we support each other through all of that. Filipino Americans, we always find each other wherever we are.
Oh, that's sweet. So now, RV, I know Paulo's been dying to ask you this question.
Yes.
So we know you've tried camel milk, and Paulo has as well. So Anne and I haven't. But can you tell us, how is that experience like?
Yeah,
Because
we're
Paulo
so
will tell you
curious.
about his experience later on.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like the camel milk, but I'll try it again maybe if I had the right cereal.
No, I mean, because, okay, Arby, you got to back me up here, all right? You got to back me up, because when I tried that camel milk, the taste that came out was, first of all, it's healthy, all right? It's supposed to be super good for you.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a superfood. But I have a hard time connecting the fact that I'm drinking milk that is sour, or salty rather. It's salty milk, but it's good for you. I do
Yeah.
not judge anyone for people who like it, but then I don't know. How was your initial reaction? We saw the video, by the way,
Yeah.
but of course, now that we can elaborate it further, like what is the description that you have it in your mind?
I'll say this. I'm gonna just do it fat with almond milk.
Yes, almond milk.
No, because I don't know about you, RV, but I'm gonna tell the girls here. I was
So
surprised.
it's salty.
It's a bit salty, and I was surprised
Okay.
with how frothy it becomes when you shake it.
Frothy.
Ah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to try. Oh, look at RV's face. I would like to try it. Try everything once.
Okay,
But
no, wait. I have a
eventually,
suggestion for RV though, because right after I had camel milk by itself, I had it as a Spanish latte because it's salty. It could go with something sweet. Are you willing to try camel milk again, but mixed in a sweeter drink?
Sige, I'll do it.
Ayun!
Yeah.
All right.
Challenge
Maybe like a camel milk
accepted.
frappuccino or
Yeah,
something,
we're
right?
gonna be a camel milk connoisseur show at the end of the year. I have
We're
a
gonna have a
feeling.
cooking show with just camel milk.
All right, RV,
Yes.
what else are you going to do fat in 2025 that we should all watch out for?
Yes, I just started new dance classes, beginner dance classes, and
Wow.
yes, I'm learning ballet, I'm learning jazz, I'm learning hip hop, and sometimes I go into class feeling like, oh, do I deserve to be here? And the answer in my mind after just a few seconds of thinking is yes, I deserve to be there just like anyone else. Everything good that ever happened to me happened in this body, and so I'm gonna accept that.
I love it. RV, now before we end our segment, take it away and give advice to everybody who are struggling to just do it fat.
Ooh, I know, especially growing up in the Philippines, it can be really hard to feel ready and motivated to do things. We feel hesitant to try new things, but it's 2025. It's time to try something new, to do it fat anyways, to do it scared, to do it single, to do it regardless of what people think. It's time for you to take ownership of your life. You can't steer a parked car, so just do it fat.
Absolutely. Thank you
yes,
so much for that,
I
RV.
love that.
And I'm telling you right now, there are a lot of people who are affected by that message, especially those who has just seen Tita last week and was asked about their weight, asked if they were just married
Yes.
or any of that, or whether they getting married rather. That is really inspiring. RV, really appreciate you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, RV Mendoza, all the way from Detroit, Michigan.
Bye.
Mabuhay.
I love
Maraming
it.
salamat,
I love his
RV.
energy.